I literally like had no intentions of making clothing at all. Don't do it, you're making a mistake. My mom was like crying on the phone for weeks. I think this right here, this spot exactly, could be my favorite spot in the world. When the bay doors are open in gym 2, and we just got some good music playing, you can hear it out here. There's just like this energy, and it just feels really freaking good. Like with this vibe walking in, it gives you a different feeling than just cold. I don't know. I just love it. I don't know. But I just pulled up to Alphaland, parked right here. Princess parking for sure. But as I pulled up, I was kind of looking at these 2 bay doors on this covered parking garage, because yesterday I posted on my story this like reel that I was in gym number 2, and I was kind of going off like about like how we built the memberships and how it's just this big long 11-year journey to get to this point. And I posted a thing asking like, what else do you want to see with Alphaland? And the most common request in my DMs right now is the daycare. And I can't even believe it hasn't crossed my mind more frequently, because though I had the plan and had a whole I planned it years ago, but I haven't revisited that idea in a very long time. But it's kind of odd because like I'm doing all my fertility stuff, and like I'm, getting ready hopefully to have a kid, right? Or 2, or 3, I don't know. But the daycare, I got to sort it out. How am I gonna have a kid and then the kid come and then not have a fucking daycare? Come on, right? So I was looking, and I think, by the way, this is our covered parking. Well, it's a covered 17,000 square foot. It used to be like a just covered storage, but as you can see, like I got my private gym in there. That is our security, because we always have at least 1 cop here full time on property. We have those 2 containers which have a lot of the clothes for retail. But what if we were to turn one of these, or possibly both of them? I think 1 would be enough space, but we turn this first one into a daycare, so we could put like glass all the way down and close it in, AC it. The back line of this, let me show you the back of this building, because the plumbing line, we can very easily, pretty much, I don't have to show you, we can very easily plumb this whole thing. I don't even know if that's a term, plumb this whole thing. I don't know. But do you guys have any experience with daycares? Comment down below, like if there's anything. I have no idea where to start with that. Like that's obviously, yeah, I would appreciate any help you guys could give me. But yeah, I think it'd be cool. Alpha Kids, done deal. Or if there's a better name you got, comment down below. But we're about to work out, hit some chest. I read a comment on the last video like that they loved like more of the talking and kind of just real life stuff and not so much of the workouts. But I still am gonna film some workout stuff because I can't not. But yeah, I'll make it kind of quick. I do want to talk to you guys about something else at the end of the video, because I did a podcast with Sydney and Jacob yesterday called Red's Room, and it's gonna release this coming week. But they asked me, they're 2 Alpha athletes, and I also did the podcast with Heidi, who was us 4. But they asked me some questions towards the end that I really want to cover and kind of talk about. So stick around, we will talk about that in a bit. And yeah, let's go work out. Obviously the saunas are a big request, but like all that's already well in the works. You guys saw the last Alphaland update tour. If you didn't, then I'm gonna link that video in the description box. You can go check that out. Go see the recovery room. You can see the plans that we have for like all of our wellness area, the cold plunges and saunas. We have the infrared sauna. We have all of that is like now, well, recovery is beginning. That wellness area in the back with the added showers and like cold plunge and the larger unit dry saunas, that's gonna be like the second phase, but we're shooting to be done with that by January. So yeah, but recovery will be open in like a week or 2. So yeah, not trying to not acknowledge that. Okay, now let's go work out. Ooh, field is looking good. We covered all the little holes that we had, or discrepancies with more dirt, a lot more even. We're gonna trim it up in that field. We've already added our light poles, as you can see, even back there. Let me zoom in. There. Where's the other one? Oh yeah, we got 3 on each side. So that will be up and running very soon, field number 2. The greenery looks good right now. All this died like so many times, and I've had to replace it so many times because of the winter freeze. Like all the landscaping. So I hope you guys survive this year. How does this not get you hyped, man? I know I'm just kind of filming like you guys are walking in, but so dope. When we do the wellness, this is how you're gonna get to it. So you're gonna take a left here. That whole wall is not gonna be there. That door is not gonna be there. It's gonna lead right into this open wellness space. But yeah, go ahead, bro. Let's do gym 2 today. Love to see the cleaning. This space, little update. We finished this, but we're figuring out we gotta figure out how we're gonna turf around this drain because we want this whole entire floor turfed. But as soon as we get that done, and as soon as we free up some budget and finish other projects, then we will move on to this area. We're trying to pace ourselves a little bit, I'm just like hyped up. I kind of had 2 really long, it felt extremely long weeks of just feeling kind of not like myself. Felt like a loser. Felt like I just had, I don't know, I was really in my head. But this past week, like midweek, I don't know, something kind of just changed, and yeah, so feeling really good. It's always just in your head, man. It's always in your head. So sometimes you just gotta remind yourself who the fuck you are, because you are somebody. What up?
Hey.
I'm doing a motivational speech. You're like, yeah, man. What up? Exercise number 1, incline hammer strength. Take your first warm-up sets to, after each warm-up, like really be sure you're getting the bench in the right position. That is crucial, and it's been a pain in the ass for me today. So first working, here we go. Yeah. All right, we just finished up on the incline Smith machine. We did 4 total working sets, 2 with 275, then 2 with 225. On the 225, so the last 2 sets, I did a little higher rep, like 12, 13, 14, really good tempo. Now we're moving on to this Dynabody flat press. This machine was like, I want to say like $1,700 or $1,800, maybe, yeah, I'm pretty sure, but it might have been $2,500, but I'm pretty sure it was like 17, 18. But the Dynabody is great because what it does is essentially you kick it out with your foot right here, and then you're fully like, there's no risk of, you can't arch your back, you can't really go anywhere, right? It's a very nice motion for pause reps, really getting good depth. And yeah, it's just like this one, it's almost like you feel like you're grinding through way more reps than you would. It's almost like the Smith machine versus an incline dumbbell. Like incline dumbbell, when you kind of hit that wall, you really can't push too much further. This one, I'm really able to push the set like longer and further and deeper to where I can like really, like even at the end, do a lot of partials, and I feel very controlled and like very good doing it. So highly recommend this machine. If you guys are ever here, want to use it, or if your gym has it, here we go. I just do 2 plates on each side on this. I find I don't need much more because it focused on tempo. Traps down, chest up, elbows tucked. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, up, hold, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Ah! On the next set is when I'm gonna really do a lot more of the partial reps and kind of push that set a little further past what you just saw there. So kind of like to structure it like that, because if you go super freaking hard, like past like the failure point too early on, it really kind of, I don't know. I just like doing it towards the final sets, maybe the final set or maybe the final 2 sets of whatever movement I'm doing. Don't do it on the first set though. I don't recommend it. All right, we are 8 sets deep into this chest workout. About to finish off with the final chest movement, so we're done with that portion of the workout. Got a foam roller, putting it here on this free motion cable fly. Again, you see like the consistent thing that we're doing here is trying to increase the range of motion to get a better stretch. And if you combo this with like really good form, that's how you see chest growth. And it's taken me like quite a while to kind of realize that it's not all about just blasting through heavy weight. And yeah, sure, I'm emphasizing it a lot because I've seen so much benefit and growth over the last like 2.5 years. And the more I lean into this training, the more I'm seeing results. And like nothing else is changing but my training. And yeah, it's like little things that may not seem like a big deal, but they really do make a big difference. And if you're gonna spend the time to be in the gym anyway, just make it efficient, you know? Now that we're towards the end of the chest portion of this workout, some isometric holds right after these flies. Squeeze the hell out of your chest. 15, 20 seconds. First tricep movement, we are doing this tricep extension. I like to really like push this as far forward as I can like humanly allow myself to fit into, because it just helps you get a better stretch at the end of it. So like literally my chest is already touching the pads. That's how close I am to it. But sink in. Armpits are like not gonna move. I'm like locked in here. My elbows, only thing moving. Squeeze. 2. We're not stopping here. We're stopping here. All right, we're wrapping up this workout with the Vulcan tricep rope. Push down, very simple, good form. I've been doing 4 sets of everything today, and I typically do like between 3 and 4, I guess. Taking some more rest in between sets, and you know, just one of those slower paced workouts, thinking about a lot of shit. I'm not like I'm like jotting some ideas down on my phone as I'm like working out and stuff, you know. A lot of times I'll just put my phone away and leave it in the car or something, and that's kind of like a more in and out. But today it's like pretty quiet. It's raining, there's thunder, so it's really quiet at Outland. And feels like I almost have the whole gyms to myself, and it's, so I don't mind taking a little longer, you know, it's beautiful. All right, last set. Beautiful. God, what's wrong with me? Heidi's on her way up with Brian. Brian is a videographer that she works with pretty frequently here in Houston. And we're gonna film some reels. So I'm gonna set the camera up. She's not gonna know I'm filming because it's in the corner of the office. They're about to come up here. You guys can see what it's really like filming one of these funny reels that we do, the BTS, all right? What's up? Does that just open now, that door? What's up, Brian? Oh. Yeah, what's up, Brian? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Oh yeah, I was setting up a secret camera so they can do a BTS. This office is so, I forget, like, I'm never in here. I'm like, God damn, I don't want to touch anything.
It looks like a hotel.
I know, it's fucking, I need to come here more.
So, it's like me if, it's like my husband says he doesn't feel a spark anymore. So right away it makes a sound.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think I'm gonna have you kind of like you're looking at me like, sorry, and right away I'm gonna be like, and you have to be like,
Okay.
and you're gonna stop for a second, and as soon as, whenever I like push into you, you have to be like,
Okay, just like spaz out?
Yeah.
Okay. What if I'm sitting, you're standing? So it's like, I'm kind of like, ah, yeah. And that way you're like, hey, pay attention, you're like more active, and I'm just like,
Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and then like,
How many tases is it?
yeah.
And just, how do you want me to look at you at first, you said?
Like you're looking at me like, sorry. Yeah, but it's like right when I'm starting, you have to start like that, like, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Because like,
Yeah.
after, it's like a second and a half.
Oh,
like this.
okay. That's funny.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
3, 2, action.
I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay, pick that up. Okay, wait, one more time maybe. So stupid.
I did good.
Yeah, you did good, babe.
Ready?
3, 2.
Oh, hold on. I think you could just.
I can't. That was good.
That was good.
Damn, I fucking nailed that one.
Do it again.
Don't trust men. What was it? Don't trust men. Trust grounds. Girls only.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, babe.
Less words is better.
Yeah.
Trust fall. Never trust in men. Okay, got it. Trust fall. Never trust in men. Trust grounds. Girls only.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the vibe.
Trust fall. Never trust.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Do you see Brian?
I don't know. Trust fall. Never trust in men. Trust fall. Never trust in men. Trusting grounds. Girls only. That was pretty good.
I felt that. Let's see.
I feel like the timing was good on that.
Did it bang out?
I think, is that the ground turkey too?
This is my. Oh yeah.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, you too.
Can never forget this sign. Learn more, dream more, eat more. All right, VIP.
Eat more.
All right, for dinner tonight, it's $5.50. We've got some Alpha Eats, the brand new 99.1 ground turkey, because it actually tastes not like 99.1 ground turkey, which is why I like it, and sweet potato. Very simple. What's your, man, you love that pasta.
Yeah, babe. If I was on death row and I could only have one more meal, it'd be this one.
What is it?
Your mom's penny vodka chicken.
Penny vodka chicken from Alpha Eats.
So good.
Must cop. All right, gonna eat this, and then hopefully my brain will get more clear so I can do that talk that I was telling y'all about. All right, let's go have this little chat. We're here in the VIP room upstairs. Find a little spot. All right, so that was delicious, but now I can have a little chat with y'all. I'm gonna post the link to the podcast, Red's Room, on the next video's description box, so you guys can check that out because it's not live yet. But pretty much, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the questions I was getting were almost like in the mindset of like looking at me like assuming that I always, even when I was like younger and stuff and starting out with my very first gym in 2013, that was like 900 square feet. And like no one, it seems that nobody, or a lot of the, you know, newer people, a lot of the younger generation now that's getting into this fitness scene, you know, just don't remember that it's not all W's for me. It's not all wins. It's actually quite opposite, but it's so easy for somebody new that comes across like, you know, a reel on Instagram or like, I don't know, one of these YouTube videos, and maybe that's never watched before. And especially like now that I have a new channel and everything, like it's a lot harder to kind of find or even like know that I kind of go back so far. But it's been 11 years working towards this. I opened my first gym in 2013. I started Alpha Elite in 2015. I started YouTube in 2012. So yeah, I opened my first gym, actually it was January 1, 2014. Okay, 1 year before Alpha Elite. But like I was working on and getting it prepped like December 2013. But I just want to remind everybody, if there's any new viewers, like my first business venture as a human being, I started guitar lessons when I was in high school. That was like my way to kind of save money. I was self-employed. I just threw my guitar in my passenger seat and I printed out flyers that I designed in like whatever, like Illustrator at the time or whatever the Microsoft, I think it was Microsoft Word because I didn't know how to use Illustrator. So I put my phone number, handed flyers out, you know, at high school. And I asked all my friends if they had little brothers or sisters that I could possibly teach, because I was in a rock band and knew how to play guitar. And that was like my first like venture. My second business venture didn't come until like 4 years later, which was the gym. I was 20 years old. I had saved like 80 grand from online coaching, and it was, all my businesses before that were just like straight up profit, or it was, you know, a service, right? I'm doing a service. I'm able to take that money and save all of it. I have no expense. I have no operating costs. I have no employees. I have no one to worry about. And that is like the way I recommend you guys starting, finding a service that you could do, even like, but that allowed me to open my first gym. And I think like looking back now, I can't believe how almost I was just dumb and naive, or I really, it's like I had no fear because I just didn't know like the consequences of stuff, and I would just like act without really thinking about it. And so yesterday, and I say that because with 80 grand, I literally, as soon as I got to that 80, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna spend like 30 on gym equipment, because I just really wanted to open a gym because I was getting kicked out and not allowed to film at any of the local gyms here in Houston. And so I wanted to keep making videos, and I was having a lot of issues making videos in the gym. So I was gonna open my own, right? And so I bought all the equipment, I signed a lease, I've got this rent now, and now I'm like, and all of the meanwhile, people would probably assume, like Sydney and Jacob, they probably assume, like I'm sure many of you guys assume as well, oh, he probably had like a business plan, he probably had like some idea of what the hell he was gonna do. But the truth is, like, after I bought the equipment, after I had the keys, and after I was like in there, I was like, okay, what's the next step? Like, I don't have any employees, I don't think I can hire anyone, so let me I guess I'll open the gym every morning. I guess, you know, if I work late, I'll just sleep on the futon in here, and it'll work out, you know. But there was no I was like working as hard as I could, but I was living my life. I was so just ecstatic to have a facility to myself and for people to come to. And like once we opened, I remember like the peak moment, the peak memory I have from that first spot was like walking. It was a 900 square foot warehouse with a bay door. So I opened up the bay door and I was outside filming, and there was like 9 or 11 people, like members, working out at my gym, of course, I didn't know what the hell I was going to charge these members. I wanted to be accessible, so I just came up with like $20. $20, come sign up, you know. I sent it to all my friends, posted it on Facebook, and just I literally hoped that people would come. You know, that was my business plan. And I only got like maybe 40 people, 50 people to come and get memberships total. And then because all my friends were 19, 20 years old, 21, almost like half or 60% of all the credit cards would get declined at the end of the month when I would try to run the cards. And like having to do those phone calls, hey bro, like, you mind? You know, hey, it's just, you know, I hate to do this. Like, I really, you know, keep coming. I love your company, like, but I need that $20. Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And that business, I had to shut it down. I ended up like, people were abusing it, and just like anytime I ended up leaving a little lockbox on the outside and gave the members that were getting, you know, the credit cards successfully like ran through, I gave them like the code, kind of like yeah, just access, but they would bring friends, not pay any passes, just like take pre-workout. Just it ended up like we ended up getting more people coming in that were just kind of there to, you know. Anyway, I shut it down to the public, and I was like, I felt like a fucking, sorry, I'm trying not to cuss as much, but I felt like a failure, and on paper I was, and I don't know, it's just. But that didn't really stop me from getting a bigger space, because I figured like, okay, well, if I keep, you know, I can at least use it to film. This is dope. Like, and I was, you know, putting effort in other like avenues and other businesses, which was able to keep me afloat. So I wasn't only relying on the gym, but so that was like my scenario, and that will be very different for any business owner that like starts. But I almost wish, I don't know, I wish I would have paid more attention to like making that first one successful, and like actually like thinking a little bit more through it. But I was really just like very confident. I don't know where it came from, but confident, kind of. When you're young, you have nothing to lose, man. It's like I was living in my parents' house. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? So let me just set a goal, you know, save my cash and try to open something. But without those experiences, like, this place wouldn't be what it is. And I definitely, like, just like that gym has led to this Alphaland, that path has led to Alphaland, CG Fitness Gym 2013, now Alphaland. The same thing for the CG Fitness merch that I was doing. Like, I didn't have, and that correlates to Alpha Elite, right? That's a direct path to Alpha Elite. So it's almost like the before and the after, but with CG Fitness, I literally like had no intentions of making clothing at all. But I remember like when I had a few thousand subscribers, somebody had commented that they would love to you know, they would, if I had merch, if I had something that they could purchase to support, like I never even thought to make a product, or like I was just making videos. Or to even like do I didn't think to do anything of that. People would ask me for coaching advice in my email, and I would just like respond with the answer. I don't know. I wouldn't like even think until my dad was like, hey, you should charge with like the Square app. You can plug in your phone, call for their credit card, and you can make some money. And I was like, oh shit, that's a good idea. But getting back to the merch, somebody commented, I'd rock, you know, some CG Fitness stuff. I want to support you. So I went and I Googled like t-shirt printing shops. Back when I was in college in San Marcos, Texas, at Texas State University. And I just like drove over there, talked to the guy, and I was like, okay, these are American Apparel tanks. Let me just put a cool like quote on it. I used to look at simplyshredded.com all the time, and they had like really cool quotes. So I put, the question isn't can you, it's will you. And it like highlights I can, I will. But I sold like 50 of them, and I was like, oh, what? Like, I was probably more reactive there to like when we would do, you know, huge Alphalete launches and saw these crazy numbers in like a few minutes and stuff like that. Cause like, it's all relative, and it's all like don't ever, I guess what I'm trying to get at is you really can't compare like where you are at to anybody else, because when you compare to anybody else, you're only seeing the fucking highlights. You're only seeing their now. You're not seeing where they started, what they've been through. like what got them to where they're at. And I even catch myself like, you know, over the last few weeks, I've been really in my head a lot, kind of feeling, you know, like maybe I'm not making the right calls, like maybe I'm just, anyway. But in those times, like, there's going to be ups and downs, as long as you're not just sitting there, just like sitting in your head, and like, you have to get active. You have to get out of the phone. You have to get to like start writing down ideas. You have to start acting a little bit. And even me, like I go through phases where like I feel negative, you know, and I hate when I do. It boggles my mind of why I let myself feel like that. But I don't know. It's just, I almost feel like it doesn't matter what I've done. It matters like what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? And if things are slowing down at any, like now, or if we have a low day in sales or a low week in sales or something, like with Alphalete or whatever it may be, like something so small like that can like really like start messing with me, right? And it's it's normal, but it's also like you got to remember who the fuck you are, because you like, and it doesn't, if you fail, if your business has to shut down, if you have to close down your dream gym that you finally got to open when you were 19 or 20 years old, like you have to keep going, and just don't stop moving. That's the biggest takeaway here. Stop like soaking in your head. Stop scrolling, just like looking what other people are doing, and like you have to just pick a reel. If you're trying to make some reels, pick one and make it. Okay, and post it. Like, just start moving, start acting. Don't get paralyzed by the fear of not doing something perfect because you're like watching somebody else, and you're thinking you have to, you know, that you never know what people like, what if they open up what's actually behind the curtain. You don't know what the hell's back there. Okay, and all that matters is what you're focused. You have to focus on you. When you focus on you and develop you, that will just like spread. People around you start like, and another thing I hear all the time is like, oh, well, I don't have anybody supporting me. I don't have like, you know, like my parents don't really support me. I don't have many like friends, or like guys, my mom was like crying on the phone for weeks when I told her I was going to drop out. And after I was already doing coaching, I was like doing well, and it was like, don't do it, you're making a mistake, right? And like, and my friends were like, bro, this move ain't it, right? I had nobody. And that, like, if you're waiting for acceptance and like for encouragement, that's kind of like just looking. It's the same thing as like if you need a motivational video every single day to get your ass like to move and to get you going, then that's not a person. That's not a type of person that's gonna like really, really push the limit to their own limit, whatever that may be. You have to have drive for yourself. You have to like be able to be enough. You have to be enough to believe in, to just like, I'm gonna do it. I thank you for I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate like your concern. I you know, and that's it. You don't have to tell them shit, but you're going to do what you're going to do, and say, and do your path. You're going to stay on that path while being like, I want to say smart enough, and like, you're going to have to learn some lessons, but check your ego, because ego is the devil, man. Ego is it's a constant, like you're going to have, like with you know, staying on your own path, you're going to have you're going to have to develop self-reflection. You're going to have to develop like the ability to say, like, really own the L's, and quickly turn and like dissect them. What happened? What can I do better? And turn it around. What do the people want? What's the community saying, right? And take that and apply it, and like tell and share that journey with everybody. And if you don't adapt, you're fucked. I'm sorry I keep crossing, but if you don't adapt, I just, that's all. I don't know. I just get passionate about it because like I've had the chance in my life to meet so many people that have like watched my videos, and they, sorry, I'm just kind of like getting to me, but so many people are just paralyzed, man. And no one's gonna hold your hand. So stop waiting for somebody to hold your hand and do it. With that, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. You can share it if you want. That'd be great. Let's get to 100K subs. I'm on a mission to get to 100K. Okay, no timeline, but subscribe if you're not, and we will see you in the next video.